What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Wright Family Game and Review. This is our second day or third day of gameplay through Port Logistics Simulator. So let's jump in and see if it crashes or anything. I don't think it will, but we're gonna try it out anyway, ain't we? Gotta be sure. So I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I really like the concept of this game and stuff, and I like the things that you can do on it. But just doing it over and over again, man, guys, it's just, to me, it's not fun, and it's got me dreading. It's got me not even wanting to do a review on it because I don't want to. I don't want to play it over and over and over. But as my job as a reviewer, I need to, suck it up. Because there might be kids out there that like this game, a lot. And we got to make sure it's going to play, not crash out or freeze up. Oh, forgot to put the lid on it, didn't I? Especially with my new game being ready to play. Well, it's new to console anyway. I don't know why it keeps having me, because it don't. All it does is cross the road, don't it? Yeah, it goes down right here. I don't know why it has me going through that daggone port. I played a lot of that. After playing this for a while, I play a lot of that. Dragon of Dogma 2. It's actually really good. So tomorrow it will be our final day and ranking day of this. Only thing you can do is just strive to get 100% on these. That's the only thing left to do. Or get an A plus, I mean. I will say though, they did a really good job on the graphics and stuff. I mean, everything looks legit, looks real. Sounds are good. All in all, it's a good done game. It's just to me, I don't know, it just don't feel complete. There's no story, and it's 5 days, and it's the same thing over and over every 5 days. After you get the 5 days, you basically play them over to make sure you get 100% on the levels. A plus. After that, it's over. What do? You just keep playing? I don't know. It just feels incomplete to me. To me, a simulator game, there's two reasons why people play simulator games. Well, maybe more, but two of the most important ones. Number one, we like getting the feel, if you ain't never done nothing and you've been working the same job, entirely all your life and this and that. You like, doing these games like this, your feet get put in the shoes of the workers. So you kind of get the feel of what they have to do and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's not legit, always legit, but you do get. Come on. There we go. But you do get, a legit feel of what it would be like. Maybe for somebody that's disabled, or somebody that just never had the money to do what they really wanted to do in life. You play games like this, and it's just fun to be able to pretend that you're doing it. Look there, I can't get no perfect in that. I ain't never done that. But to me, that's what makes a simulator game. It's just the fact that you get on and you do work that you've never done before. And most of it is real legit. Oh, crap. I wrecked the car. Most of it is actually real legit stuff. I mean, you get on here and you play, and most of it is exactly what you would do. Number two, I think one of the most important things we do as simulators, or as a simulator game, is I want you to look at that stupid crap. So, number two would be, to me, a simulation game saves you money. Yeah, they're cheap. Yeah, you get screwed sometimes and you get a sucky game that ain't worth crap. But for the money that you pay for most of them, you're not losing all that much. It's different than, say, if you went and bought New World. It was $70 and something when I bought it. Say you go and buy that, but then come to find out it sucked. You didn't like it. You see what I'm saying? If you don't like it, then what's the use in having it? And you just wasted $70-something. That's how I feel about it. Not only that, a simulation game is never ending. It's supposed to be never ending. You play and you play and you play, and there's always something to do, always more to do. You just keep going and going and going. The game never ends. That's simulation. Life never ends, and that's what a simulation game is life. it simulates that person's life or that job's life. So, that's two things that helps. They're cheaper. Most of them, I've not had a whole lot that sucks. Most of them is actually not too bad. I mean, yeah, they're, not the best in graphics and not the best in this or that, but they're not bad. They're worth the money. Especially if you just want to play and you don't have the money to pay for $70 or $80 games. I spent my entire life, guys. I was from 11 years old, from 5, starting playing video games, and having hundreds and thousands, I don't know how many dollars, not to count my family spent on games, but just me alone spending on games. You buy them, you play them, you play through them, you beat them, it's over. What do? You just keep playing over and over and over again the same thing. Now, if you're into PvP, player versus player, then yeah, you have a little something to do. You can get online and play with friends. That's different. So, but if you're PvE like I am, I don't do the PvP stuff. I don't like it. Too many cussing, getting mad, and all that stuff nowadays. So, there's nothing else to do if you're PvE. You just keep playing the same missions over and over. You just keep doing the same thing, and that's why I finally realized, why am I it took me up to about 2 years ago, and it was Farm Sim that made me realize it. I was sitting there playing Farm Sim, and I was just thinking, to myself, and then all of a sudden it dawns on me, why am I buying $70 or $80 games like God of War and all them? Running through them, beating them, and then it's over. It's over. There's nothing else to do. You just, and usually I can beat a game within a week or two, depending on how good the game is to me. That's why I call myself a true gamer. I live for it. It's my purpose. It's always been my passion. I love going in, figuring out ways to do things, strategies to do things, and beat them. And that's what I love about gaming. But when you got, stuff like you just can't afford it. So when you beat a game within 2 weeks, you're like, well, what the crap? What now? Now you're looking for the next $70 or $80 game. It's just not, not for me. Why in the world ain't that picking up? Now, if you got one of those games where they work on, nowadays it's a little better because nowadays they actually do updates all the time and add stuff to the game, and that's different. That's fun. That makes it more fun because you always got something new coming. Well, that's a stupid thing. Sorry, guys. Hang on just a minute. My wife's texting. But yeah, it's just, that's why I love farm sim, guys. I mean, I know a lot of people don't. Well, a lot of people do actually. But that's why I like it, is because it's a real life simulation. I've been a farmer. I lived on a farm when I was a kid. I grew up on one, so all the stuff that's on there. I mean, yeah, you got your mods that make it a little fun, and make it unrealistic a little bit, but that's fine. That's called a game. That's why it makes it fun. And but the rest of it, that you do on there is real life. You do that stuff in real life, and it just goes on and on. You're never done with it. Even if you're just playing the same map over and over, you're never done. It's always got something to do. You can always go feed your cows or chickens or log or anything. Productions. And when I thought of that, I was like, okay, that's it. I ain't buying no more big games. I'll buy all simulation games. I love simulation games. I love all simulation games. Even if they suck, I get on there and play, and I think of stuff that they can do to make it a little better, or what I would add to the game. See if we can't flip that one around there. Is it not gonna let me pick it back up now? It ain't, is it? Daggone it. Oh, that sucks. But yeah. Which I've still spent quite a bit of money, guys. But we had that kind of money to spare when I was working. When I could work, I was doing mechanic work. I was making 20 something an hour, and I was 5 minutes from home, so I didn't pay no gas. I mean, it was amazing, and it was my dream job, But things happened, and God didn't want me there, or I wouldn't be hurt. He had other plans in store for me. So we're going to do them. Do I know for sure if this is what he had in store? No, I don't. But I don't come up with ideas on my own. I'm not smart enough. Believe me. If I was to come up with ideas on my own, it'd be a problem. I'm a firm believer God is what puts it on your heart. He puts it on your mind, and you just go with it. So I believe he led me to this. God don't put nothing on you he don't think he can handle. And I think he realizes that, I can handle this. And it might be hard, but I want to do it. It's my passion, and let's make it happen. Yeah, it's going to take time, and yeah, it's frustrating and definitely bad for my depression and all that, just watching the wife struggle, trying to work, and you can't do nothing. I do everything I can, except, well, I do everything around the house, just so that it's easier on her. That's the way I see it should be. I take care of the kids. I do all the dishes and all the, stuff like that. Well, I don't really do dishes. I hate dishes, but everything else I do. Take care of the dogs. Uh, but to a man, it still don't make you feel right. I feel helpless and worthless, but you can't quit. You quit, then it ain't never gonna happen. You can't make it happen if you quit. And it ain't like I come in blind. Yeah, I've played video games since I was 5. I started on an Atari, and it might not be, the same. You might have to do a little bit more other than just play games now, like reviewing and testing games and all that. But it's still, everything takes time. Everything takes patience. If you ain't got that, then you can't do this. Because I was telling the wife, I love mechanic work. And, it was really physically just demanding and mentally challenging, especially with me doing timing jobs and stuff all the time. So I was always, remembering how to put things. And when you have depression and PTSD like I do, it's hard to put that on your brain. But I enjoyed it because you work really hard for 2 or 3 days, bust your hind end, or a day or whatever, and then boom, it's over. Then you get to see something from it. You know what I mean? Uh, you get to see your work come alive. You know, especially if you did a job that the car didn't start when it come in, and then you finish it and it runs perfectly. That's the best feeling in the world. I've had timing jobs that jump time and stuff, and just barely even run or not run, and we had to pull them in the shop. And then I put a whole new timing set in it, put it back in time, and it fires up and runs right out of the shop. You know what I mean? That was the greatest feelings. Even though this is my passion, and this is what I've always wanted to do, something with gaming. But I'm busting my hump doing these reviews for you guys, and trying to keep my YouTube family up and my live streams. And I'm not just playing games. I'm trying to pick the ones. I'm trying to look up research and all that on them. Uh, so it's not as easy as what people think, and you're busting your hump, but you don't get nothing to show for it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. It could be another year before I start seeing anything from it. Because, if I went to school, or if I had the money to go to school, yeah, it'd be different. I could probably get started a little faster, but that's not in the questions. But, hey, my motto, the Wright family motto, has always been never give up, fight till the end. And it don't matter how hard things get, you just can't quit. If you quit, then you are defeated. Then you are done if you quit. If you don't quit and you keep going and you keep trying and you keep fighting, you're never out of it. Something will change eventually. mainly believe in God, pray to God, talk to God, read His Word, and leave it all to Him. And I promise you things will be a lot better. I've got a bunch of YouTube friends that has told me they enjoy my reviews, and they're actually going to check out some of the games I'm doing. Uh, that means a lot because I don't care if it's bad. I want some comments, something to tell me if I'm in the right direction, what I need to fix for people, what's right, what's wrong, because the reviewing and all that, the typing and all that's new to me. It's, gaming playing has always been me, but all the other stuff's new. So, uh, but as far as on my other platforms, I'm not getting no responses. So, and that's okay. I know, it takes time. Uh, People have been watching different platforms and reviewers for all their lives. They're not going to give some newbie a chance. So it's going to take time. But and I do. I read other people's reviews. I do. I read a lot of them. But from what I've seen, a lot of them, man, are like 3 pages long. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no reason for that to be that long. If people's wanting to play a game, buy a game and play it. They don't want to have sit there and read 3 pages about it. I wouldn't think. I don't. I know that. Uh, like on the ones that was real long like that, I ended up just reading some of it and then backing out. I don't want to sit there and read and read and read. And a lot of them don't put videos with them. It's just basically pictures and stuff. So pictures can be faked. Everybody knows that, which videos can too, but it's a lot harder. So to me, it's like, I know mine are short, but mine are honest. Mine are honest. They're short, and they have, truth in them. I don't lie. I don't care if it's a company that I love. I will not lie. I don't care if I was working for one of them. I wouldn't lie. It ain't happening. I wouldn't want somebody telling me a game's awesome and me go buy it and it suck. You know. So it's like that. You just don't want to. And that's why I decided, play boy, that's close with it. One game a week, and that was because that way I can let everybody see the gameplay for a week. Each blog that week will have every day will have a gameplay with it, a video where they can see how it does, what it's looking like, if anything messes up, and they ain't just taking my word for it. They're seeing it with their own eyes. That's why I wanted to do the vlogs. And that's called, video blog. But I also want to keep it short and simple because, some of them I want to put enough information on there that people can go by, Now, that being said, when I get to doing more of the RPGs and stuff, then they'll probably become a lot longer. Because they've got stories and campaigns you had to follow, and you got to watch your attacks and how they feel and all that. That a lot longer stuff. Simulators, you don't have to go through all that. Some of them have stories, but others are like this one. They just throw you in it. This one ain't a very good one, though. It looks good, and it's fun when you first start it, because you're doing all this container lifting and stuff that you don't know nothing about, and it's cool. It's cool to live it. But then after you beat the 5 days, it's not cool no more. It ain't like you can go to a different port or and work, or you're going and doing different something new. Oh, come on. $500 container damage. How was that? Oh, well, I don't know. But guys, that's it for today. I know it ain't a long video like the others, but I let I'm trying to just do one day in a video so it ain't as long, and you can see how it is. Uh, as you can see, still nothing, no glitches, no bugs that I've seen, no freezing, no crashing. So it's got that going for it, and it's got the graphics going for it. It's pretty cool looking. Sounds, you can hear people talking. That's pretty cool. Uh, but it's just not a complete game. And look at this. Look at this. This guy's carrying a box around, and another one appears on top of it. But we'll give it one more shot. We'll do it tomorrow. Uh, play it a little longer tomorrow for the final review and rate it. We'll give it a rating. Tomorrow's our final rating, and we'll switch. Next week will be a different game. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for the support. Hope to see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves.